Hey there, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if it is your first time here. My name is Erin, and today's video is an episode of #FridaySews, the awesome hashtag that lets us all get together every week here in the sewing community and talk about what we've been working on, what our plans are, and a little bit about life. This week, this week was a really good one. I made significant good progress. As you can see, I am wearing my Style Arc Nova Midi dress. I'm going to have a more robust review next week on this dress. It is made from a thrifted sheet set, 100% cotton, originally from Crown and Ivy, which is a pretty nice brand from Belk, a department store here in the South. And yeah, it is just this really pretty, blue and white gingham, and it is really soft, but it's like a nice weight. I cut a size 16. I did a straight size 16. I will say I will go down to a 14 next time and then see how that fits. But the arm size is like perfect. So I'll have to play around with it and look at the pattern pieces. As I said, I'm going to be doing a more robust review. Hopefully I will also have my Francesca done, which is also a pattern by Style Arc, because I want to just kind of talk about my experience with Style Arc patterns in general. And then kind of compare. This one was a printed pattern that I was given by someone, and then I bought the PDF version of the Francesca. So I kind of just want to talk about the differences with those and things like that. Speaking of the Francesca, I'm almost done. I have one sleeve to put in. The cuff is already on it. The dart's already done. And then I need to hem it. And then I do need to do the buttons and the buttonholes. But if you have seen any of my videos in the last couple of weeks, I have been having issues with my newer machine, which is computerized and has a one-step buttonhole. I do have my old mechanical machine that I think technically can do buttonholes, but it's 4 steps and I don't wanna. So I'm hopefully going to get my newer machine to a dealer next week sometime, and if they can fix it, I would rather just have that done and wait for the buttonhole ability from them. But at the same time, maybe I would rather just have the shirt finished. I don't know. If I have time before I go out of town, which I don't think I will sit down and play around with the buttonhole on my old mechanical machine, because I don't think I've ever used it. My mom has. I have never used it. So I might as well play around with it at least. But anyway, that being said, I am loving how this is coming out. Some of these darts are really dark just because of my marking. So when I wash it, those will go away. I wasn't sure about doing the stripe. I was a little nervous with all the darts because there's also fisheye darts in the back. But I really honestly think that because it's a pretty dense stripe, like they're not very wide, it actually helps highlight and reinforce those shaping aspects that the darts are physically helping shape. I think it also helps draw the eye to what is happening. So I actually really like it. Overall, I'm loving how this is coming along. I'm almost done, which is so exciting. That is all I worked on in the sewing room. I was gone last weekend on a girls trip to Atlanta, and I uploaded a video this Wednesday of 2 fabric stores I went to in Atlanta. I went to Fine Fabrics and Gail K Fabrics. I just had a little bit of footage from there and then kind of talked about my experience in each store. It was very overwhelming. So yeah, but it was a really, really cool experience. I'm really glad I went. I will continue to try to find different places like that to shop in person, as I try to do this like self-education of fabric and fabric types. That I think is it. Oh, I always forget something important. So the big reason I didn't finish this dress for my girls' weekend was I cut through it with my serger knife. But everyone that had a suggestion basically had some form of just patch it. Because I had talked about like, oh, well, I can take that tier off and piece it like the whole tier back in. And everyone that had a suggestion relating to that was like, literally just patch it. Either do it so you can see it or try to match it with the same gingham, like try to line it up. Just don't redo the whole thing, just patch it. Which is very true because this is a wearable toile. My intention was that it just be wearable muslin, something I can see the sizing on, because it is, I mean, it's kind of a shapeless gathered sack, which I love, by the way. I wore it today, and I live in the South and it's hot. It was amazing. Love it. But I didn't do a toile or put any effort into fitting this bodice part as I was making it. I just wanted it to wear. And like I said, I would probably go down a size or bring it in. We'll talk about it more in the review. But back to what got me on this topic was the patch, which I don't even know if I can find it. Is it on this side? I ended up doing an iron-on patch behind. Oh yeah, here it is. So you can see it. I do not know if I'm getting this in frame. Probably shouldn't have this on my body when I do it. You can see it. Definitely now. It just went through the wash because I wore it today and I got dirt and stuff on it from playing outside. But the fat, like here is where it was cut, but nothing was cut totally off. So I was able to lay it down and line it back up. And then I just put a white iron-on patch behind it. And that totally held through the wash. That's totally fine. So now I might just dab some fray check, like trim these fuzzies, dab some fray check, and call it good for now. It is in the back. It's in the top tier, but it's in the back and kind of on the side. So with the gathering, I don't think it's that noticeable. And I really don't feel the need to replace it at this point. So thank you to everyone who commented being like, just patch it. Just don't make it difficult, just patch it. I very much appreciate that. But yeah, that pretty much does it. I, like I said, was out of town last weekend on my girls trip, which was very, very fun. We got massages. We went out like one night and stayed out probably later than we should have, but definitely later than we should have. But the next day we got massages, we got room service, we just chilled in bed and talked, and it was wonderful. We had brunch before we left, and it was like the perfect little getaway. So that was really, really fun. And then this weekend I am going out of town for almost 3 weeks. I'm going to Texas to see my family, and I'm bringing my toddler this time. Last couple times I've gone alone. I'm bringing my toddler this time so she gets to see her cousins and of course her grandmother and aunt and uncle and all that stuff. So that'll be difficult but fun because my husband is staying here because he still has to work. But it is a 9-hour road trip. My husband is going to come for part of it. We're doing like silly logistical things to try and help make it a little easier. But yeah, we're going to leave Saturday for that. And I am gonna, I think, bring some projects to work on. My husband is promoting, his ceremony is May 31st, and I wanted to make myself a dress and my daughter a dress. I have the fabric, I have a blue double gauze and a pattern New Look 6728 that I want to make for myself. And then I have a pattern, I just bought it, the Little Lizard King Millennium. I just bought that to make for my daughter. So I will probably print that out and have the printed pages with me, and then if I have time there, stick them together. I should get back with enough time to make at least one of them here at home, but you know, famous last words. So I'm gonna bring some stuff to work on those and maybe some other little projects, and then my cross stitch and knitting, maybe. I don't know. I'm probably gonna bring more than I can touch, but I guess better safe than sorry. That does it for this week's episode of #Friday Sews. It was such a good week. It was a really good week, especially in comparison to the last 2 weeks, which have just been kind of bummers in terms of like slicing through my clothes and my expensive new nice machine not working for inexplicable reasons that I don't think I'm causing. But yeah, so this was a really good week. And I'm just, it was what I needed for the soul. My trip to Atlanta with my best friend was good for the soul. My fabric shopping there was good for the soul, mediocre for the wallet. And then this has just been a really good week in the sewing room. Let me know what you've been up to. Do you have anything coming up that you're sewing for? Being out of the holiday season, like the winter holiday season, and now that we're past Easter, I feel like there's not a big community event that, you know, everyone seems to be sewing for now outside of challenges. So if you have anything exciting coming up in your life, let me know. It should be graduation season in May, right? Most people graduate. Man, I've been out of school a while. May should be graduation season. So if you're making anything for someone's graduation, your graduation, anything like that, definitely let me know in the comments down below. I would love to know what you're making. And as always, if you want to send me a picture of it, I would like that even more because I love seeing pictures of what you guys do. My email is always linked down in the description box. It's contacterinsews@gmail.com. I would love to see pictures from you guys and know what you're up to. That, I believe, does it for this week's episode of Friday Sews. I will see you guys on Wednesday with the review on the Nova Midi dress from Style Arc and also possibly the Francesca Woven top from Style Arc, and then just a little chat about Style Arc in general because I was intimidated, and I think rightfully in some aspects, and in other aspects it was not that bad. So I think that'll be fun to talk about. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.